Hey everyone, welcome to my April Weeklies Plan With Me video. For these pages, I'll be using two different sets of frog stickers. The first set of stickers are ones that I created a couple of weeks ago because I was having so much fun drawing frogs and lily pads in my April monthly setup. These are a few sticker sheets I can't sell in my shop because my printer was making the colors faded looking, but I have no problem using them in my own journal. The second set of stickers is from my friend Tatyana, who created these adorable frog stickers that I'll talk a little bit more about later on. Being able to use stickers in your bullet journal is an awesome way to speed up the process and add a lot of cuteness and cohesion to your pages. At the top of this page, I'm writing the word April in huge bubble letters, and you'll notice I make a lot of mistakes on these pages, so this is just a good reminder to trust the process and keep on creating. Whenever I'm creating these pages and I keep making all of these little mistakes, they're often all I can see and they seem so huge and obvious. But once I finish up my pages, I almost always completely forget about them, and often other people don't even seem to notice them either. Just a friendly reminder that art does not need to be perfect, or maybe that's just for me to remember. So I've chosen 3 different shades of green for these letters, and I really love how beautiful they look together. In my monthly setup, I was using acrylic paint markers, but I decided to switch to water-based markers for my weeklies since they're a bit easier to draw lines with and I'll be needing to draw quite a few day boxes. I've added a bit of shading to the letters, and then I'm just coming in with a white paint marker for some highlights to really add to the bubble letter effect of this word. I've also grabbed a light gray marker and I'm adding some shadow around the letters. I use this light gray marker quite frequently and I often find it hard to see on camera, so I decided to go over the lines twice to make the shadows a bit more apparent. Next, I'm beginning to draw in the day boxes for this weekly layout. I'm using the fine-tipped side of this Tombow marker, and each page will have 4 vertical columns, which will allow 1 extra space to be used for notes. The individual spaces for each day are a bit narrow, but there's something about a vertical layout that I just can't say no to. I'm coloring in the top header of these boxes with a lighter pink marker, and then later I'll be writing in the days of the week here. I decided to use the light gray marker to add a shadow around these boxes to help them pop off the page a little bit. This is a subtle but cute effect that I really enjoy adding to my pages when I can. And I'm using a dark gray fineliner to write in the days of the week across the top. There's nothing fancy about my hand lettering, but it gets the job done. Next, I'm using my lightest pink marker to add in some lines to these boxes to help add some more visual interest to this page. I have a hard time leaving so much white space on pages, so I frequently use my lightest colored markers to create lines like this. For this first weekly layout, I'll be using my own stickers to add some cute frogs around the word April and below the day boxes. I had a rough idea of where I wanted each sticker to go, but as I started creating these pages, that plan changed quite a bit. So you'll see a little bit of my thought process here as I'm deciding where to place everything. I think these frogs are probably my favorite sticker sheet that I've created so far. The inspiration for them and the color palette just flowed so freely, and I barely had to think about what I was doing when I was creating them. It's definitely inspired me to want to keep creating even more stickers because I'm just really enjoying doodling various themes and then turning them into stickers like this. In my original plan, these lily pads were going to go right next to this frog in the inner tube, but when I actually got to placing them, the space was a bit too crowded for it. My stickers are printed on a high-quality matte sticker paper, so I was able to very carefully remove this little guy and move him over to the other side of the page. These are not technically removable stickers, however, so I did have to be a little bit careful when lifting him off the paper. I've tested removable sticker paper for my shop before, and unfortunately, the print quality on that paper was really poor. So as much as I would love to have removable stickers, having a high quality print is a bit more important to me. And I'm starting to learn that if I just place the stickers down lightly, then I have a good chance of being able to move them around later if I need to. At least in this journal, which has pretty good quality paper. I've also included a lot of sparkles and bubbles on this sheet for small decorations that can be used around the pages. It's always nice to have a lot of different options for sticker sizes when decorating a page. And here is a close-up look at the week 1 pages. Moving on to week 2 now, where I have another very simple layout to show you. I wanted to keep these pages fairly simple so that they can be created quickly, but I also love to provide variety in the layouts when I can. So there will be 7 day boxes here and a notes box along the side, and as you can see, there are quite a few different spaces for placing stickers. I've used a pink, green, and blue teal color to draw in the boxes here, and I'm just writing in the days of the week at the very top of each box. I tried adding a shadow around this box like I had on the previous page, but with the lines being so thin, it just ended up muddying the color. So I still added a light shadow around the boxes, but then I doubled up the colored lines on the bottom and right-hand side, which I thought looked pretty cool and ended up adding to the whole shadow effect that I was going for, though in a totally different way than I had expected. So as I mentioned before, my friend Tatyana created these adorable frog stickers, and she's actually hosting a drawing workshop in April from the 15th through the 17th to teach her kawaii formula and how to draw these ice cream cuties. And she's actually giving away the PNG files of these frogs for anybody who signs up for the workshop before April 6th, which is how I was able to get these and easily turn them into stickers for my bullet journal. So I'll leave a link in the description with more information about that, and I'm really excited because the workshops are always such a fun time and an awesome opportunity to connect with other artists and learn how to make super cute characters. Which, if you've been watching my videos for any amount of time now, you know that I absolutely love drawing cutesy characters. I had a lot of fun with these stickers and placing all of these frogs and bees around the pages here. And here is a closer look at the finished pages. Flipping over to the third set of weekly pages now, where I'm actually going to begin by placing the stickers down first, because they vary in size, and once they're all placed, I'm going to draw in some lines leading up to them for the day boxes. I've been so busy lately, and having these stickers made my weekly setup so much faster and still allowed me to have cute pages that matched my green frog theme from the monthly setup. In the future, I'm hoping to continue to create my themed sticker sheets early on in the month and be able to use them for the weekly pages like this. So definitely let me know if you're interested in seeing more quick and easy bullet journal layouts like this, and if sticker layouts are something that interests you. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to place these stickers in ways that are visually appealing, but I also think that's kind of part of the fun. Sometimes I want to have a concrete plan to follow for everything. But with stickers, since they vary so much in size, sometimes I'll be placing them down and then the layout I had in my mind doesn't quite work anymore. So I think stickers are good for me because they make me flexible in my thinking and remind me not to be so rigid in the ways I plan my life. Life lessons from stickers. I'm adding these pink circles on the page, one for each day of the week and an extra one for the notes box. And then I'm beginning to write in the days of the week, and I'm putting the day number inside the pink circles. Then I'll be using 2 shades of green to draw the lines around the day boxes, leading right up to the stickers. I really love this color palette. The colors are so vibrant and pretty to look at. I'm using a fine-tipped paint marker on the inside of each of the pink circles to make them resemble the pink bubbles that appear on my sticker sheet. I decided that Saturday needed a few more decorations. Then I'm adding a few light pink lines in just a few of the boxes because the pink and green complement each other so beautifully. This layout is probably my favorite, but let me know which one is your favorite in the comments below once the video's over. For my final set of pages, I'll be using Tatyana stickers and placing them down first again. This way I know where to draw my lines dividing each day. When I printed these frogs, I used a standard matte sticker paper, but I accidentally used the cut settings that I use for my own sticker sheets, which is a bit of a thicker quality paper. So some of these stickers had cut lines that were a bit too deep and made them difficult to remove the sticker from the paper. So you'll see me fumbling around a little bit with that. I should have made the blade on my cutter just a little bit less deep. It's such a tiny difference in the settings between having perfectly cut stickers and cutting too deep into the sticker backer, which makes the stickers hard to remove. In the end, I managed to make it work pretty well with the sticker tweezers I have, because we don't waste stickers in this household. I absolutely adore this little frog on the skateboard. I think he might be my favorite out of all of them, but they're all so cute that I really can't decide. I also really love these bee stickers, and if I ever stop being busy with other things, I'm actually almost done creating my next sticker sheet, which is a bumblebee theme, and I'm so excited about how it's coming along. I have all of the drawings and color done, and I just need to add the shadows and highlights and figure out the cut lines, and then I'll be able to let y'all know when those stickers are available as well. I've actually wanted to do a bee-themed bullet journal setup since last year, so I think the month of May might be a good opportunity for me to do that since I'm already creating bee stickers anyhow. I'm writing in the days of the week on the pages here, and this layout is actually for a 2-week spread. I knew either this month or next month I would have to create 5 weekly spreads, and so I decided to combine 2 weeks onto this last set of pages. Then I'm just varying up the line colors between 2 shades of green and 2 shades of pink. And while this is a super simple layout, it was really fun to make and I enjoyed the end result so much. I really like having weekly pages to document what's going on in my life, but sometimes I just don't have hours and hours to dedicate to creating them. So I'm really enjoying using stickers for the weeklies lately. I had so much fun putting together these weekly pages and using the 2 different sets of frog stickers. And I'll leave links in the description of where you can find both of these sticker sheets if you're interested. Let me know in the comments which layout is your favorite, and be sure to check out the April monthly video that goes along with this theme if you haven't seen it yet. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you again very soon in the next video.